Alright, so I'm back in Vault 88, and I finally finished my underground sanctuary build. Now, I had to change a few things, like this room right here. This used to be an actual room with windows that kind of mirrored the outside over here. And I had to close it off because technically we aren't supposed to be able to access the area behind these windows. Like, to make this entrance the way that it is, I had to delete a bunch of stuff with console commands that I probably shouldn't have been deleting. So as soon as I would cross into the area where I could look through the window, it was like an immediate acid trip. All I could see was the white void, and everything was like duplicating and laughing at me. It's weird. It's weird. Okay, so I covered it up, which sucks because I wanted to make it look like the Vault Tech employees were monitoring the dwellers. You know, like have computers by the windows and surveillance cameras all set up. But I'll probably find another place to do that later on. Now, I need your opinion on another change that I made. So I had a lot of requests to put in a fake blue sky, which I tried doing originally, but I didn't have the right pieces to make it look good. And I finally found these that are perfect. I just don't know which way I like better, you know, this fake sky or that eerie looking cave ceiling. I don't know, I feel like the blue sky would go better with the Vault Experiment, Truman Show, deceptive kind of theme, you know, and the cave ceiling is more like that movie Blast from the Past where it's no secret they're underground in a fallout shelter. So I might stick with the blue sky because I like that theme a little bit better. Plus, I really like my fake sun spotlight thing. It just looks really cool. But let me know what you guys think. I'm turning this into a mod, so I would like to hear your input. Are you team blue sky or team cave ceiling? Let me know in the comments. So the decorations for these houses are pretty minimal, except for my house, of course. I decked that one out. But I wanted to be mindful of the frame rate since this is going to be a mod, so I didn't overclutter the rest of these houses. I tried keeping them pretty basic, but still have some character to them, you know? Like, everything's set up properly. I got the bathroom that has this full of stuff, so I didn't really skimp out on anything. I just didn't go overboard, is all I'm trying to say. And each house has their own situation. You know, it's not the same thing going on in each house. So like this one is just like a normal basic family house. You got the master bedroom here, and across the way is, you know, the kids' room. But not all of them are like this. I try to make sure that each one had their own vibe or like their own story or something. I just didn't fill up things like the closets. You know, that would have been just wasted resources that the game didn't need to load. But this is going to be a mod, so if you want to add stuff to the closets or just completely delete everything that I did, you would be more than welcome to. And see, this is a good example because the next door neighbor is like a single dude that just lives by himself. You know, it sounds kind of creepy whenever I describe it, but no, it's just like a nice old man who's super into the military. You know, like it's not getting any better, but you get the idea. It's just not a single family house. Okay, just one person lives here, and you can tell by the kitchen. Like it hurt me to not deck this place out. Like I really wanted to add in a bunch of clutter and do what I do, but I couldn't. I had to stop myself. I'm gonna skip over my house and go over to this one because mine's like it's the best one. Let's be honest. But this one, yeah, again, same kind of setup. You might see what I'm doing here too, like with the yellow houses, they have like this bluish, greenish kind of door. So I used the greenish, bluish, well, it's kind of like a mint color cabinets, which I think match the door a little bit better, you know. So a little bit of thought went into this. It wasn't me just throwing stuff together. You know, I try to make it all work. And what I really like about this house is that the bathroom is connected to like the bedroom, or however you want to set it up. But I like that it was a different layout because I wasn't bored out of my mind decorating the same thing over and over. So yeah, the master bedroom in here, which I think looks pretty cool. I do like the windows. You can't really see, but okay, that doesn't help out at all, so whatever. And across the hall is the kids' room. Same kind of design. I don't have kids. I don't know what their rooms are supposed to look like. So like toys and posters and just stuff. Was it obvious that I was rushing through those houses just so I could get to mine and show it off? I'm just excited, you know? I put a lot of thought into this one. So right off the bat, there's way more going on in here, and I'm using a mixture of different types of pieces. I'm using a lot from the Noir Penthouse Workshop mod, which is an incredible mod. If you haven't checked it out, I will have a link in the description. But like this kitchen is from that mod, and it works so well with this build. I love the way that it looks. Along with like the couches and chairs over there, that's also from that mod, and a few other things that you'll see. If you don't recognize it, it's probably from the Noir Penthouse Workshop. Oh, I had to do something weird over here because the window is facing a cave wall and it doesn't really look good, so I couldn't really put anything back there. So I just kind of blew up this painting and made it look like there's some depth to it. I mean, it's obvious that it's a painting, but it looks better than a cave wall, and it's actually fun to kind of play around with. And this is the bathroom. It's laid out very similar to the one that we started in at the beginning of the game. Actually, the majority of the house has the same kind of layout as the pre-war version. I just made a few tweaks here and there. And here's a laundry room. I don't really know what to say about it. This is where we launder. Is that a word? I don't know. And here's the master bedroom, or really the only bedroom. And my wife pointed out that this is such a guy's room, you know, like the way that I decorated everything. It's just such a dude's room. I don't know. She thought it was really funny, and then I thought it was really funny whenever I realized it, and now I'm telling you guys, and you probably don't think it's really funny because you weren't there. It doesn't have the same effect. And I turned Sean's room into my office because in this scenario, Sean doesn't exist, right? So I have more room to display my comic books and action figures. Priorities. But I do love this display of all the magazines. I think it looks awesome. And same thing with the bobbleheads over here. It just fits in so well with this room. Now the house across the street I didn't decorate. It's completely empty, and that way whenever I turn this into a mod, you guys will have a player home that you can come in and decorate yourselves. Okay, I'm just now realizing that I should have left the player home, like the actual player house, empty, and not this one for the mod. so that way your player home, whenever you download this, will be the actual player home and not this shitty little one-bedroom house. Okay, so for the mod, that one's going to be empty, and then this one is going to be decorated with stuff. That way you guys get the good house. My bad. Behind the houses, I didn't do too much, but there are some stuff, you know, like this side is like my little yard, so, you know, we got the barbecue pit and a picnic table so we can hang out. And over here, I put these lawn chairs because there's lights right here, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because the sun's on the other side, but the lighting in this build was like the hardest thing to do, so I did my best. And this is hilarious to me because this is like the single like old man's house, right? And this is his backyard, so the way I decorated it was I put a box full of beer on a table and a chair in the dark. Like I purposely put that chair in the shadow. So while he's hanging out, he's like forced to listen to his neighbors have fun with their loved ones while he's alone in the dark. It's screwed up, I know, but it gets me through the day. And there's not much going on this side. It's just a swing and then some more like little hangout spots. And I kind of like this little lantern lit walkway, you know, if you want to go for like a long walk around the neighborhood, you could do that or something. I don't know, I thought it looked nice. Alright, so the last thing that I want to show you, I'm over here by my player home, right? If you happen to like make your way over here, squeeze past this tree, you'll find a little gate. Huh. That will lead to you know, a hidden door maybe. And of course I have to have some sort of like hidden workshop, right? And that's exactly what I did. Of course, this is my favorite spot of the whole build, you know. I don't know how realistic it is because, well, okay, let me take you through it. So, I'm very much into conspiracies. It's like to the point where my wife thinks that when I turn 50, I won't let us leave the house and I will actually have a fallout shelter underground, which I might, you know, who knows? The option's on the table. Anyways, I love the idea that behind all this pre-war, it's pretty, everything's just so happy-go-lucky and like Stepford Wives kind of, yeah, you know, that there's one person freaking the hell out. Because that would be me. I would be like, nah, I don't know about this. This doesn't seem right, you know? So I built this down here where there's literally like a sledgehammer in the wall and it looks like someone's just trying to escape, you know? Like over here on the desk, I put, you know, a confidential file and then like a ham radio to make it look like they have some access to someone outside, like they know what's going on. It's an experiment and now they're just trying to get the hell out. So that's the whole like theme. I didn't want to do a traditional workshop like I normally do, like a big garage or whatever. So I wanted to add some sort of story to it. And so I just thought about, you know, what would I do if I was in a place kind of like this, you know? And yeah, I would probably get very suspicious and paranoid and start beating my head against the wall trying to escape because I'm a lunatic. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You all had some really awesome ideas for this place, man. Like someone suggested that I build other neighborhoods in the other sectors, which I tried to do, but they aren't nearly as big. I could barely fit in like one house in the others, but that would have been a really cool idea. And I still want to have an area where it's like behind the scenes, you know, where you see all the surveillance and experiments and all of that. So I definitely want to add to this, and probably will pretty soon. So keep your suggestions coming, because they are awesome. Now I'm waiting for Sedante's mod to be released before I can upload this as a mod by itself, but I will keep you all posted on when this will be available for you to download. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.